Hello everybody, I'm Cynical Productions, and welcome back to another video. After 5 months. At least when it comes to, just me talking with a PNG moving around. Real content. So last time I did one of these, I was talking about needing voice actors, and that turned out really well. A lot of you guys showed up, and pretty much only 2 roles don't have any voices, so that's really good. A lot of progress there. Although this video, the one that you actually clicked on, is, guess what, you probably already knew this, because like I said, you clicked on it. It's about concept art, specifically Cybertronian mode concept art for the Beast Wars cast. Only some of them, because of course there are limited things I can do with being a person that doesn't have a lot of money, or any money for that matter. So, some of these concept arts have not made it, but the majority of them have, so I would just like to inform that to you. And I'm very happy with all the results for these, and we're going to have some guests in this vid as well. Some voice actors will be appearing. I asked them if they wanted to be in here, and some of them said yes, and I was like, great. So, to the video, starting with one of the main mans.
Hello, this is Joezilla. I am the voice actor for Rat Trap, Waspinator, and the big honcho himself, Megatron. And here is Megatron's concept art. I gotta say, I like this. I know it's just the Armada Megatron figure, but with a purple face and a little green gem crest on his head, bit of his forehead. But I like it. I think this kind of fits Megatron quite well, since, you know, they're both voiced by the same actor. There's really much I can't, but because it's kind of just a simple head, like head paint, I can't really say much about it. Well, yeah, I guess that's it. And I guess I will be seeing you later. Yes.
And that was Joezilla. I'm happy he was able to make it. As for my thoughts on this design, it came from a couple reasons. One of them being that I already had this figure, so it was easy to use, and its color scheme is similar to Megatron's. It's just the colors are kind of reversed, and opposed to that kind of skin color that he has on him occasionally, kind of banana yellow, it has this orange here instead, and I think that's fine. And the second reason is one that Joezilla already said, is that Armada Megatron and Beast Wars Megatron share the same voice actor, David Kaye. So I thought that would be a nice nod. And the head sculpt itself is easy to modify into Megatron. But yeah, that's the concept art for Cybertronian mode, Beast Wars Megatron. Once again, sorry if the audio has changed. I am changing setup a lot. I'm trying to find something that's comfortable, but yeah, once again, deal with it. Obviously, this is Optimus Primal, you know, if you're not blind. It was... I pretty much instantly knew what I wanted the Cybertronian mode for Optimus Primal to be. I just saw the chest on the Bumblebee movie Ratchet/Ironhide mold. I was like, yes, that right there. That will be Optimus Primal. And I made this first image, and I thought it was perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. And then I realized that I digibashed the Kingdom head on there, and so that wouldn't work. And I had to come up with many different things to avoid using someone else's design for a Cybertronian mode for Optimus Primal, which I will flash that up here. It looks really good, and at first I wanted to use this, but I was like, no, I have to make my own original thing. I don't want to just use someone else's creation. But I've come up with a solution to my problem, and I've also changed the colors around on the final version. I hope you guys like this version and the finished product, and this is kind of the story with Optimus Primal, and I hope you like this design.
Well, hello ladies and gentlemen, I am Riot, the voice of Dinobot, and also the voice of a wee lad called Cryotech. Oh well, look, there he is right now. So this is Cynical Productions' concept art of how Cryotech is going to look in his Cybertronian form. The boss has used Galvatron as the main frame, and he is built off the base with a new splash of paint and some additions to the frame as well. Comparing Cynical's Cybertronian Crytek to the previous iterations, I think my man's got on just right when he's trying to get a Cybertronian version of this character. Anyway, back to the boss.
Thank you, right? And hello, I've returned. Also, I know, jarring audio change. Crazy. Anyways, it was a difficult decision for me making a design for Cryotech, a concept art for Cryotech, because there were two toys to base him off of. His Theft of the Golden Disc one, which is what you're seeing in this image, and his 1990s one, I think, if it came out around that time. Probably. I don't know. Based off the Transmetal 2 Megatron, the Dragon one. And I only have modern figures of one of those, so it seems like a clear choice, but considering how I paint things and just how different the face on this new Transmetal 2 Megatron is, I don't think I would have been able to do it all that well. Someone managed to accomplish it, and I'll put that design up on screen. It looks really good, but that does not use paintbrushes, that uses airbrushes, so I'm not able to do that. But this design actually gave me inspiration to use this Galvatron mold, because that design uses the Galvatron face. And I was like, yeah, that face works for Cryotech, and since I can't use this Transmetal 2 Megatron, I'll just use Galvatron. And so that's how this design came to be. It took me a while to get some colors that I thought looked decent. There's a lot of color separation here, and while it still looks really weird, it looks better than some of my other attempts. So I hope you enjoy this. Next up is Dinobot, and oh man, I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect. Everything, down to the last minute details. Like, genuinely, this might be one of my favorite concept arts that I've ever done for anything. It's just the cup mold. It works so perfectly for Dinobot. I mean, look at this and tell me that this isn't just Dinobot if he had a Cybertronian alt mode. It's perfect. That's what this is. It's exactly how I imagined it. I was thinking about this for weeks, and I was like, no, it would never work. And I was like, I gotta get this out of my head, man. Get out of me head. Get out of me head. And so I went into the software that I do for like digibashing and just normal drawing and stuff. And I did it, and I was like, mwah, chef's kiss. Like, this is exactly what I wanted. This is just what the doctor ordered. That's right, I have a doctor's license. So, trying to calm down a little bit, I got pretty much all of the things that you would need to tell that this is Dinobot. I have all the little, like, bone rib cage bits, and I have the stripes on the arms that not even the Kingdom figure has. I have, like, the orange feet, and granted, the shins and the knees, those are supposed to be that, like, weird ribcage gold or whatever and orange, but I just figured for this figure it just works better if I did it this way, and I'm glad I did that because it just works so nicely. The head is slightly modified, but I'm sure I can do that. I think, like, I'm obviously not able to make the ear bits as long as they are for normally Dinobot, but there are restrictions with this transformation. But yeah, this was Dinobot, and I'm so happy with how this turned out.
Hello, I'm GoToTentacle, and I'm the voice of Grimlock. And this here is the concept for Waspinator back when he was on Cybertron. And I think it definitely looks like him. There's not much I can really say about it, though. I'm not the best at pointing out what I like about things, just that I like them. The colors are nice. I guess it's interesting that he turned into a car instead of a plane or some kind of space helicopter. It still works, though. Yeah, this was one of the best looking ones I saw. I give it a 4 out of 5.
And that was Ghostly Cynical's thought on the Cybertronian Waspinator design. To be kind of similar, I don't have much to say about this either, but that's only because it's just the Beast Wars color scheme for Waspinator slapped onto the Bumblebee movie B127 mold. So, yeah. I guess the most I could say is that I got inspiration from this because someone in one of the stop-motion Discord servers I'm in made a Cybertronian mode animated Wasp custom, and so I saw that and I was like, oh, that could work for this guy, probably the closest I could get to it. So I just did this, except use the Beast Wars colors, because, you know, I don't like stealing other people's creations. So, yeah. Here's the concept art for Rhinox, and I chose the Gamer Edition Ratchet mode because, be honest, this is one of the best choices when it comes to proportions for the character. I mean, this is just perfect proportions-wise. Like, there is no doubt about that. Like, it just is. Now, color scheme-wise, seen on this concept art, I tried to blend the traditional Beast Wars colors and the Kingdom colors, because I don't know if I'd be able to get a figure in either of those colors that would work. So I wanted to kind of match them both. And it turned out okay. The finished product definitely looks better. This one is definitely inferior. But I guess some details I can point out is that the kind of white bits on his chest surrounded by red are there to mimic the teeth and the gums on the rhino jaw. And I guess also the gold bits on the side of his toes represent the rhino toes, but that's it. Now here is another one of my favorites. Here's the Cybertronian mode for Tarantulas, and I wasn't that big on it when I made it, but I gotta say that I really like this. It has, like, it's really difficult. It'd be really difficult to make a Cybertronian mode for Tarantulas, because he turns into a spider, and at least with things like Optimus Primal and stuff, he's like a gorilla, and so it's just like, oh, there's no, like, weird design traits. It's just a transformer that turns into a gorilla. Tarantulas, he has freaking spider legs on his arms. How do you replicate that in a normal Transformer way? And I just saw this Wheeljack, this Bumblebee movie Wheeljack, and I was just like, yeah, that's probably the closest I'm ever going to get to that. So I started coming up with a design for this, and it just works. Some things might change. I haven't actually made the final version of this yet, along with Cryotech. And I don't know, I might not change anything. It just looks really good. I got that weird green down. I definitely went with more of a normal yellow, because the yellow on the Legacy one is for some reason just kind of more greened and snotted out for some reason. The head sculpt, I'm really surprised and happy with how that turned out, considering it's just Wheeljack's head sculpt and painted in a different way. Granted, there's a visor that I'm going to have to add, but I can do that easily. I'm not sure if the mic picked up on that voice crack. Hopefully not. But, that sucked. The vehicle mode on this thing. Oh my god. If that is not the most retro color scheme looking ever, I'm all here for it. It looks so good. Definitely my favorite alt mode that I've done. Ooh, it's just so nice. Love the colors, love the breakup. So good. On to the next one, because I'll be yapping forever.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm the sister. And I might voice a character, but we don't know yet. Here's my thoughts. I don't know who this guy was. I didn't know who this guy was until, like, earlier today.
A couple minutes ago.
Yeah, but now he's, like, my best friend. Okay? I love this guy. Okay? I thought he was Optimus Primal, but actually he's, like, Abraham Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln.
Yeah, Abe Lincoln.
Abe Lincoln. I should totally make an accessory for that.
Anyway, I like that this, like, redesign of him, or, like, the art of him is a lot, oh, I broke his arm!
No, I can go back on.
Is a lot spikier, and I like that. He's asymmetrical, I appreciate that. I like the top part, like the shoulder blades are different. I like that. I don't like symmetry, personally. I like the color scheme a lot more than just the plain gray and silver that, like, his normal figure is.
Yeah, I'll be adding some to that.
Yeah, I like the orange, and I like that it's, like, a dirtier gray. You know, like the wear and tear. It looks a lot better.
Yeah.
You know, the concept art is very nice. I don't know what he's standing on. Maybe he shit his pants, but He looks pretty cool doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, so those were my sister's thoughts on the Cybertronian mode for Ape-Link, and yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. I can't say much about this compared to the finished product, because it just looks exactly like this. So, yeah, I didn't change anything. The orange is like maybe a little bit more brighter, but that's it. So, yeah, on to the next one. Okay, so the last one on the list is the concept art for Sandstorm, and this is based off the Bumblebee movie Brawn mold, and I like how this turned out a lot. I like the robot mode more than the vehicle mode, but I still think that the color palette translated really nicely to Brawn, and I've actually done pretty much the finished version of this. I have to touch up some things. Unfortunately, because of, like, I won't be able to do the head shape you see here. It's kind of like more cone-shaped opposed to the weird, dome cone that, Brawn has. So it'll look a little goofier, but I should still be able to get the weird bug face down. Yeah, I really like how this turned out, the color palette. I think I distributed it in a way that's very recognizable as Beast Wars Sandstorm while still looking unique. So, very happy with how this turned out. And yeah, this is the last one on the list. I hope you liked them all. Comment which one was your favorite. I'm very interested to hear that. And if you want to, comment which one was your least favorite as well. And so, yeah. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I'm sorry that it's like almost 20 minutes long. That's way longer than how I usually do these. They're at most like 10 minutes. So sorry, but I didn't want to just brush over all of these, even if I kind of seemed like I did for some of them. Yeah, I can't wait to hear y'all's response to this, and I'll see you later. Have a good day, evening, night, morning, whatever, and bye. Vsauce, Michael here. Where are your fingers?